Yes. Shoot.
You can't trade naked ever. You
Yeah.
can't. Do you normally put stop losses on?
Yeah, you had shown us, so I the OCO,
Yeah.
so it's like
Or
it's
you could
a
just,
matter of starting practicing it, doing it. Because most times I'm just too impatient to take the time.
okay. All right, guys, so let's get started. So here, this is the 431. So we did hold it yesterday. So you can see here that we made this candle yesterday. So we held it. We took it to the next resistance, which is 435. We need to break above this level here. So breaking above this level is going to signify that we want more movement ahead. So this is what I mean, holding this level, because you could see here how yesterday we felt we broke through it. So I could see, like, when we talked about it pre-market, the fact that we broke below this level, and when we were doing our pre-market analysis, we were still a little bit below this level. But at market, we came up above it, we held it again, and then we shot up. So this was your floor. So because we held the floor, it was signs that we wanted to keep going up. I should have messaged you. I don't know. I should have messaged you, but normally you're in it.
Yes, exactly.
Like I knew you would have seen it. I didn't. Yeah. So we held the floor and we went up. Now let's take a look here. Now we did close a little bit above this resistance level here. So let's see where we're at today. And you can see here, we're above the 200 MA now.
Yep, we want to keep pushing.
1 hour. Yeah, we pushed above it. 4 hour, we've been above it. We may come back down again, because remember, before we break this level here, there may be some push or pull. It just depends, because right now we know that SPY is strong. Like, you know what I mean? Like overall, they're very strong, like on like the higher time frames and everything. So the strength is going to be like massive with them.
Yes.
But you do have your push and pulls at your support and your resistance level. Like we had the push and pull here at support. We may have a little bit of push and pull here at resistance before we keep it going. But the fact that we're like pushing on top of 435 point or this 436 area is an indication that we may want to break it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because here then we was resistance, then it became support, and now we're literally on top of it. So pushing on top of this area here could indicate that we want to push forward. Now the push and pull, possibly come back down to come back up, come back down to come back up before we push through it. But it's definitely showing signs that we want to push above.
Yep.
That we held this level here, this 431. Okay. Okay. All right. And then, all right, so 1 hour, we're above it. We're pushing up here. We could have a little pullback. This is resistance here, but it more than likely it could be short-lived, just because yesterday's candle showed us that it's a potential reversal back up.
Yeah.
We'll see, unless we just consolidate in between this zone here to here, here to here.
Yeah, they consolidated a lot yesterday too.
You said what?
There was a lot of consolidation yesterday too at some point.
Let's take a look at how yesterday moved. Yeah, until this was 7.
Yeah.
This was 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. And then,
yeah.
And then the last 4 hours, you have that consolidation. Yeah. I was watching it early, like in the early morning, and I seen them holding, and I was like, oh shit, they want to keep going up. And then when they passed the 200 MA, I remember like, oh fuck yeah, this is a turn. And I started seeing this like come up or whatever. Like, but remember, we're out of resistance right now, so temporary pullbacks are gonna be necessary.
Yes.
Where it keeps running, but this does show me that we did hold this level here. So the fact that we held this 431, like I said, we could, because SPY is so strong, We could
Mhm.
take this and take it to the next level at
Oh
open,
yeah.
or we could just consolidate and come back down. But you know, these are your levels here.
Yes.
So right here, if we do reject it, then we'll come back down. If we don't, if we push through it, then this is our next level back up. Well, let me make sure I got these levels because I just kind of drew them. Let me get them accurate.
It's amazing how accurate this thing is.
What? The levels?
Yeah, the chart in is. Yeah. Sometimes you just when it's going south, you wish it wasn't so accurate. Yeah.
All right. And now, if this is the weekly here, so if we do, and this was yesterday's candle, but remember, we haven't completed it yet because we still have until Friday. But you know, they're going so strong right now.
Yeah.
But we know that SPY is strong though. That's, remember when I told you when the higher time frames
Oh
are
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta, you know, kind of be cautious because they're
And
the higher time frames are, and this was created here.
exactly. I don't know what was, well, I had a lot come up yesterday, but because normally I try to be in and out. You know, I hate SPY normally.
Yeah.
I try to be in and out, but yesterday it just looked, and that's the thing with it, it will fake you out in a minute.
Because of where we were pre-market. We were
Yeah.
kind of below the support level pre-market, and then yesterday's candle, we closed below it too. So
Yes.
it was like a lot of, and it wasn't very much volume pre-market.
And it
So
wasn't right. There was not volume. And as soon as the market opened, it started dipping. It was going down. So I normally I would wait, you know, to see because SPY has a habit of faking you out. But yesterday, because I was busy, I just jumped right in, not expecting to stay long. And then that was totally that was like an irresponsible move.
You just jump in as soon as the market opens.
I knew I was taking a chance. That's why I didn't, you know, like spend too much money.
Do
So
you know how to do trail stops?
you said trail stops?
Yeah, because a trail stop is easy because a trail stop follows you.
Yes. But
And
that's what I was telling you. I didn't think of none of that. Like, you know, I just did a straight because I was so, you know, confident it was going down.
yeah, you know what? From now on, instead of doing your sell limit, maybe just work on doing trail stops because the trail stop will follow you. So once you go into the position, right, if it's going in the direction that you want, it's going to follow you. So if it goes into the opposite direction, it's going to stop you out at whatever whatever percentage you put.
Exactly.
Say it's at 15%, right? And
yes.
You're in a call position and it goes up 10%, right?
Yes.
And then remember, your stop is 15%. So if it goes down 15% from where it stopped at that 10%, you would only lose 5%.
Exactly. Shoot.
But then, and if it keeps, so that way with the trail stop, it'll follow the trade.
Yes.
You know, and it's easy too. It's very easy to put a trail stop up there. And that could be probably, that would be better than definitely is good because it'll get you in profit if you're in the right direction. But if you're in the wrong direction, it could, you know, it could go south.
True, because and I was trading in Robinhood. I had a little one in TD, but I was trading in Robinhood.
All right, so we got that. Now let's take a look at. So here again, we're here in the middle, right? So we kind of, I would suggest that we just be, you know, cautious that it could go either way. But if it can't break this here, then this would be our next level of support. If we push past above this, this would be our next level of resistance, right? And we should have talked about that yesterday. If we did hold 431, then we're looking at, you know, what would the next level be right there. All right. And then let's go with SQQQ. And you could see yesterday, they couldn't even break these. They fell through the 200 MA because remember, they were above the 200 MA pre-market. They fell through. But even with SQQ, you got a low, higher, 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 high. But you know, it's just the overall trend is so weak.
Yeah.
Let's go to the 4-hour. Yeah, even this, they're trying to come back up to the ceiling. See, they were above this pre-market and then they fell below it. So falling below it, this was the resistance. Remember, we were talking about this resistance here?
Yes.
They were they was pushing to try to push above this resistance here. And then we were above it pre-market because we were over here. But when the market opened, well, actually, this was at 9. When did this? This was at 9.
9 o'clock.
Yeah, it fell through. You see here? So it fell through this resistance, which now, I mean, it fell through the support, which was resistance. Now it's resistance again. So it's resistance again. Look at their daily. And this was their candle here yesterday. So they closed below this resistance. So the resistance is 20.4. They closed 19.8. Let's see where they're at now. 19.98.
Wow.
The only thing I would say here with direction, because we're at a resistance level, we kind of just got to let the market tell us where it wants to go this morning. Exactly. Now, the fact that we held the 431, that's a sign that we want to keep going up, but we could probably pull back down and back to 431 and consolidate between 431 and 436 before a move is made, right? But as long as we hold 431, as long as we hold it, that's signs that we want to keep going forward. Okay. All right. So this is where we're at now. This is the support currently, which is 19.7. All right, we're going to take this one out because that's no longer resistance. Your 200 MA is now resistance. So that's your support here. But if we can't hold it, I'd say our next level is about 19.2. Let's see what that looks like on the 4-hour. $19.20. Dang, the ATR on SQQQ now is like less than $1, isn't it?
I know, it's so slow.
Yeah, it's because they fell. They used to move quite nice, remember?
Right.
We were pulling back with SPY. It was SQQQ was nice.
Yeah, but now it's not. SPY has to move so much before SQQ can move. It's not really moving in, you know.
Right.
So it's like almost like a waste of time.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, you can't even really trade them no more. It would be like a frustrating trade to try to get into them. But when SPY was pulling back, they were pretty good to trade because they were moving a little faster.
Yeah, but then SPY, you know, SPY does a lot of this consolidation, so that kills SQQ.
All right. So here we're coming back on this support at 19.7. If we fall through it, then we're going to take it to 19.2. If we can hold it, then our next resistance is 20.36. So what I would do at this point this morning is just allow us, because with the strengthened SPY, we could take it, we could push just past to that, you know, 436 level or whatever it is. But basic principle, we know that when we hit a ceiling, there's some consolidation and sometimes some back between from resistance to support before the break happens.
Right.
So what I would do is just at this point, just allow the market to tell you where it wants to go. Because I mean, yeah, we are coming in the 1 hour a little bit overbought. We're coming down now. So even if we take it back down, I would not be surprised. But let's take it up a little bit, because even if we take it back down to the floor, it may not go all the way back down to the floor, because you know that it would generate
at least some. That's
it would
still a
generate
good job.
a higher low, yeah. So let's go there. So we'll say about 432, 432.7. All right. 432.6. All right. So this would be our new support. Resistance. Let's do 439.48. All right. Okay, and then this is where we're currently at. This is the area that we're trying to break. Breaking above this is definitely going to signal more strength up, but we may have a little push or pull around this area, possibly, because look how long it was holding as support before it fell through, see? And then we came back above it, then we fell through it again, now we're back above it again. We came back above it here, rejected, came back down, consolidated, now we're back above it. And you can see here that once we held it, for, for a little bit, and then we fell back through it, came down, rejected it, came down, consolidated, now we're back up. So if we had this rejection previous, it's definitely like you could see how once it goes up, it comes down. So we don't know when the breakout is going to happen. It could happen 2, 3 times, sometimes 4 or 5 times before it breaks up. So that's why I said just be cautious, because if we do reject this area like this, more than likely it'll come back down to support and the resistance. If we have enough strength, which we are very strong.
Yes.
SPY is very strong overall. Like we're in a breakout, right? So we always talk about how we're in a breakout, so that you have to always be aware of that because of the amount of strength that they're holding right now. So, and same thing with SQQQ. Overall, they're weak. So you see, they couldn't even hold the resistance. I mean, they couldn't even hold that level of support after they broke through it. And they were pushing on that ceiling for, quite a few days before they even broke through it. So same thing with here. So now we're at about 436. Now we just got to pay attention when the market opens. Do we want to take it to the next level, or do we want to come back down to support again? So we'll be consolidating in these zones. Good morning, Londell.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, Dev.
Good morning.
Good morning, Joel. All right.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes. So coming back up to this next level. So we just gotta wait for it, guys. We just gotta wait for it and let the market tell us what it wants to do. But overall, we held the 431 yesterday. Okay. We know 431 is a very, very significant support. We are very strong on the higher time frames. But we held it. So you can look at the daily here. You can see we tried to like this did kind of fake us out. It faked me out too, like closing here and then being below this level pre-market with not a lot of volume. Like it really looked like sellers was here. But you guys know the principle of supply and demand too. So supply and demand is accumulated money. So a lot of times it's just automated orders. So if there was a button that was pushed here, bam, a lot of orders trigger, right? So that's what we call a demand zone. And that's how you get these large moves at these areas here. Okay? But yeah, I was like, damn, we got strength, but it happened.
Yes.
It happened when the market opened, it just bursted. But see, I knew immediately, like as soon as the market opened and I saw how the stocks were moving, I knew we were holding as soon as we opened up below the 431, and then we had the power, because the only way that it would have really fell below this level is if we couldn't hold it, if we wasn't able to hold above 431. But because we opened up at 431 and we started going up, then I knew that it was going to hold. But if it would have went the opposite direction, then we would have came down to the next level. Same thing on the lower time frames, guys. Here, we're at a resistance wall, right? Which we need to break above this in order to get to the next ceiling. But we know that stocks consolidate. Once they hit levels, they could reject, come back down. We don't know when it's going to actually burst through to the next ceiling. So we do got to prepare for possible, back and forthness before we continue up. But as long as we hold this area down here, we're still in a bullish flag. See? Now, if we keep going down, it doesn't hurt us because we're still in an uptrend overall, but we can maintain our flag as long as we hold. And with the amount of strength that SPY has currently right now, I don't doubt it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't doubt that that's where we want to go, because we're breaking out. We say this all the time. We're in a breakout right now. Higher time frames. This is here, this is a breakout. This candle's a breakout right here. It's a breakout candle. As you can see here, how it's all held as support, and then resistance until this month we broke out of this candle. So we know we're in a breakout. So when you're in a breakout on the higher time frames, you just got to be prepared. You got to be prepared for the strength, right? You got to be prepared. Okay. So we know that as a whole. All right. So that was a pretty nice candle though yesterday. We're above the 200 MA right now on the 30-minute, above the 200 MA on the 1 hour, and on the 4 hour. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. I think right now we just got to follow. We just got to let the market tell us where it wants to go. Does it want to take it to the next support, or are we going to push past it into the next resistance? Let's look at Apple too, because
I was just about to say, I see Apple. Yeah.
This freaking stock is insane right now.
Yes,
It's
it's just,
insane. And look, you can even see here, it's consolidating at these highs.
yep.
The only thing about Apple, guys, y'all got to be careful, because if you're trading Apple, you can hit that freaking high, get into a supply zone, and at any moment,
Yep.
down, right? Supply zone is really just where it could be like institutional money sitting at the high. And once it's triggered, bam, a pretty fall. That's the only thing. Look, we calculated the support and resistance on Apple, and we have to recalculate now because they're pushing through these levels. All right, so this is now our new support. And freaking, this is the high. This is the high with Apple. Let me see where they're at now. 188.3 is where they close.
Right, but they're below that now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this could be your resistance. Your high will be your resistance. Yep. And they kind of look like SPY. You see how they created that foam consolidating? So either they're going to break this wall to the next resistance, and what we can do is just calculate here, 186 to 188. So we can calculate maybe $2 up to about. And remember, on the higher time frames, when we was talking about the breakout for Apple, we said it was about 190. Remember?
Yes,
You
yes.
guys, about 190. So we may be coming up on like exhaustion for Apple, but I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So this is the way my mentor taught me how to calculate new highs, right? So when you have, so this is a breakout right here, okay? Here.
Right.
To here, okay? So you got the consolidation. This is the consolidation where we've been consolidating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, say 11 months, right? 7, 11, around the same time as SPY consolidating, right? When they're consolidating in that zone. All right, so we have here from down on the bottom from 134 to 160, which is about what we say about $30, a little less than 35, like $25, 34, 44. Help me out, guys. 34,
Right.
44, 54. Is that 5 to 6?
It was from when to when, you said?
One at about 134.5 to I'd say about 160.
Okay, like 25.
About $25. So what we want to do is we want to take the bottom now, because we broke through it. So this is support. So we want to take the bottom of it and do $25 up. What's $25 up from 160? Let's say 161, and what's $25 more?
That's like 186.
About right here, 186.
186, 187, yeah.
All right.
Actually like 187. So
we're like right on top.
yeah.
And then that was like the bottom right here. Okay. And look at these zones. It's crazy because when you're on the higher time frames, it looks just like how our hourly zones are, right? Except the ATR on the hourly zones are like for Apple, what, like $2, $3, right? But when you're on the monthly chart, now we're looking at bigger gaps, right? And these gaps are more, this is more long-term, like swing trading stuff. But you have to look at, but you can kind of see how it's similar to SPY, how we create these zones. And I didn't even do this on purpose, but I just know the calculation when creating new highs. So you're taking the consolidation period of where it was consolidating. Then when you break, you're pretty much just doubling that out. Okay.
Yes.
Now, of course, it could go way higher.
Yeah.
That's what happened with Netflix. You know, when I took that position with Netflix, it went like freaking $50 more than what the target was.
Yes,
but
it wasn't surprised.
Yeah, but you know, at the end of the day, this is principle right here.
Yeah.
So take it and then double the calculation. So now it's exhausted. So this is at a time where this is the time to get out of Apple if you're in long. Okay. Because this is pretty much the resistance level, as you can see here from all of the previous stuff going on. But let's go back to the lower time frames. I just wanted to see where we were at, like in the big picture with Apple. Okay, so today this is pretty much your resistance right now with Apple, because we're what's the ATR on Apple Ruben, do you know?
Like $3 right now. Well, $4, between $3 and $4.
Okay. All right, so we'll take it here. Okay, so now we're on this resistance wall right here, which is we're going to put the high as the resistance. This is your support, 186.31. Of course, if we fall through it, we're taking it back to the next level down. Now up here, the only thing you can do is calculate up about $2. So if we push past this wall of 188.39, because we're at new highs now, we are calculating 188 to about 186 here, and then 186 to about 184. So the only way to go to really calculate it up is maybe go about $2 up. So 188 to about 190. So then that would be your next resistance wall if we push past through this.
Yeah.
Okay. And we kind of have to mentally calculate it because we're at new highs right now. So
Exactly.
yeah, there's no information to look at it. You know what I mean?
Everybody's making new highs. Everybody.
Oh my goodness. Yes. I mean, it's kind of nice though, because we've been anticipating this for a long time.
I think it went too fast. It took us to, because we could have made much more money, you know, but we were so cautious.
Yeah. You know why? Because it was taking so long to do that shift.
Exactly.
Remember, it kept rejecting. Let's go back to SPY.
Yep.
I remember those days when it was like, damn, you thought you had, you know, you had something, and then all of a sudden, like, it's coming back down. So that's like here, because there was so many times when I was like, yes, we're breaking, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Here, because these wicks here indicate that, you know, that the stock hit here, but then it rejects and then closes below it, right? Yes. Even here, we kind of tipped up above it. So it was times when, you know, even this big candle here, I'm like, okay, we might got something here. And then you remember that? So it was a lot.
Oh yes. How could I forget?
Yeah, when we just knew that, you know what I mean, that it was time, and then bam, rejection.
Yeah. So when it was really time, we didn't believe it.
I did believe it, like, especially for the month of June, when I seen that we opened up above this level. But to be honest, when these breakouts occur, they run first. So they run really well. And the thing is, it's chasing it. So like, it would be better to just wait after the breakout until it comes back and tests, because it's going to come back and test at some point. Yeah.
But
which
please
is,
note, Desiree, we probably would have if you were there, but you kind of left. So when the,
yeah,
you
with the
know what I'm
breakout.
saying?
Oh yeah, I mean, you're right, because I would have been able to see the breakout with you guys. I mean, I
Exactly.
did see the breakout because remember
And
I messaged
confirm
you
it.
and you then I said I think we're breaking out,
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah, but you would have confirmed it, like if you were there, we could have done it on a daily,
Yeah.
So, but because of all this recession we were in, we were too afraid to believe it was really coming.
It was really coming.
Yeah.
But we were anticipating it though. We were
We
anticipating
were, but after all this
we
time,
were anticipating it. Yeah.
and remember, we've had fake outs before,
Uh-huh.
So
Yep. Yeah, I do. I remember, and remember a lot of us, we were trading these zones, right?
that's
From
correct.
here to here. Yep. So anyway, so yes, so we did break out, but it would be safer because when it does break out, you're kind of like chasing the trend at this point. It would be
Yes.
safer just to wait for it to come back and retest support, before you do get in. It's also another good entry point as well.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, see, they're very strong. Look at this. This is free market. So don't be surprised if they do push through it, though. That's what I'm saying. If they do hold it and push through it, don't be surprised just because, of the amount of strength. But what do you guys got for me this morning? Anybody have any questions? They have any like news catalysts they want to share?
Oh, I didn't even look at that because I'm gonna put it on mute. I'll be listening, but I have to start set up now. So
Okay. Wanda, you got anything for us this morning?
No, not this morning, but yesterday I did look at the calendar and it was the home sales, and sure enough, the home sales was at 10 o'clock, and that's what took the market up.
It
After 10.
catalyst drove it up. Yeah.
Yeah, strong home sales for the month. After 10, I was like, so if there's anything, you should have waited until after 10 o'clock yesterday to see what was happening, the direction of the market. I didn't check this morning.
Yeah, because that's actually principle too, kind of that like to allow the stuff to hash out the first 30 minutes. When it hashes out, then you can kind of get a more clear picture of everything. So yeah, I agree with you. What about you, Joel? You have anything?
Sure. I actually so being like completely new to this game, I would like to like see if you could like guide me into like a direction of understanding the language a little more, and maybe some tips of where to research more and stuff so I could get a better grip of it.
okay. Desiree, before you do that, I see Powell is speaking today
What time?
at 9:30. Son of a gun.
Well, you know what? That's good because it gives you a moment to
Yes.
like let the market hash out and kind of like decide
Exactly.
what to. Because after 9:30, if you let it hash out, it'll show you. I mean, if you get to this ceiling here, that's puts. What I mean? At least back down to the next support level. Yeah, if they do push through it. So you could wait for it to get up here and then come back to test support. Or if he speaks and it drives the market down, then it could here. But again, guys, we want to hold on to this level.
Right.
We want to hold on to it because even if he speaks and it drives the market down and it falls below this support here, like we don't want to lose this 431 area.
Right. So I'm not gonna look to losing 431 at all. At 8:30, we have we have advanced wholesale inventories and retail inventories.
That's why we had a little push.
Yeah, so and trade balancing goods. So that's not really significant. It's just Powell that is. I'm glad he's speaking at 9:30. Maybe it might make a difference.
Possibly. It'll probably help decide which direction we're gonna go, whether we're gonna go up here, we're gonna go down here. But yeah. But anyway, back to your question, Joel. Oh, did any one of you guys want to answer that? My previous students?
What was the question?
The language. He said he wants to, he said he's having a hard time grasping the language, like the language of the market, like support, resistance, pullbacks.
Desiree's class. You do have a class for that, right?
Foundational trading. Yeah, I just don't have it open yet, but eventually I will open it back up. But because you guys did take the foundational course, can you help us out?
Well, you know I gotta go now. So Londell.
On down.
Sorry, repeat that.
I said the question that Joel had is he wanted to know, like, because he's very new, like he don't even have a broker account yet. So he's trying to like understand and grasp the language because he's having a hard time, like, you know, picking certain things up. When it comes to the language, is there any recommendations you have, or is there anything you can share that helps you learn the language?
Oh yeah, I mean, that's a lot of YouTube, like basics of trading, understanding chart, and candlesticks. I think she should probably start there, understanding the charts and the candlestick patterns. I mean, the definition of the candlesticks and stuff like that. So I don't have the link here, but I would start there, just understanding the charts. And then understanding the stock market, the SPY, what SPY is made up of, the S&P, you know, stocks, basic definition of stocks, you know, so that various terminologies he'll get, you know. It depends on where he's at, where he's starting.
Right. So, and I agree, because this is the thing that I stress in our foundational course too, is the first thing you want to do is start learning candlesticks, start learning the patterns of candlesticks, start learning the ones that are the reversal ones. And your candlesticks are most important, especially your reversals, at your support and your resistance level. Now, support and resistance is also another language. So support is, we utilize the support and resistance to help us track the market. So it tracks price action. So price action is pretty much the price of the shares, because the price moves daily. As you see, stocks move, right? And the way we calculate support and resistance is based on the price movement. So support and resistance constantly recalculates as the market moves. So support is like your floor, and resistance is your ceiling. Right. Sorry, hold on one second, guys. Let me, I'm gonna send Dr. Connor this link because I guess he caught me live. Hold on. Does that help you a little bit, Joel?
Yep, that definitely did. And I just will appreciate, like, if you guys have any recommendations of any specific like YouTube links and stuff that I could start going through and pretty much reinforcing. I would appreciate that.
Yeah, so what I'll do too is I'll send you some links so that you can oh man, I can't get my, hold on. All right, guys, hold on 1 minute. All right. So if you're listening, Dr. Connor, I'll send it to you after the show because this show is almost done, but so that you can join us tomorrow morning into the YouTube. So I'll send you the link tomorrow morning. But yeah, so what I'll do, Joel, is I'll send you some links. Actually, you know what I have here? Let me show you guys this. Hold on. So if you go, I'm going to screen share this here. So this will help you. All right. Okay. So if you go to the group page right here, you can actually go under guides. So this is discussion and this is guides, and I put in some links here. So I haven't did a lot. I did this a long time ago, but you can go here where it says understanding reversal candlestick patterns. And I even put price action, a lot of price action videos here. So all of these are different videos of people that I watched, and you can click in this section here. And then it'll have some video. This is chart patterns, but these are all videos. These are all price action videos, because that's kind of what I study, is more price action. So I like to study like the chart patterns here. And these were some different chart patterns that I have here. And then price action trends. Price action is really, really what you want to study, because it's nothing but the action of price. That's all you're following, is just the price movement. Just like what support and resistance recalculates as the market moves. So support and resistance will be different. So as soon as we break, so say we break above this resistance wall here with SPY right now at 435, this will no longer become support. 435 will. Now resistance will be around 438, right? And then this would be the new support. So it will change and recalculate as the market moves. So you have to learn how to pretty much calculate price. But only thing you're doing is just following price action. That's it. Okay. But yes, so that's pretty much what I have for you guys. And when I do bring the foundational course back out, that's what we hit home on. It's very foundational. It's very basic, very foundational. It's the psychology of trading. It's understanding candlesticks, understanding just the basics in the option chain, and also price movement and patterns, because I'm a price action trader. Like Catalyst is hard for me because it messes with my mind. A lot of people are not like this. A lot of people can trade with price action and use Catalyst and assistance. But what happens for me is, like, if I get too heavy into Catalyst, it drives into my subconscious, and then it affects me in the trading, because my subconscious, I still have all this information inside of me. So it kind of like, it drives it, even though I know, or I confirm my price, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I know that this is here, and I know that we broke through this level. So this is more than likely where we want to head. But sometimes, like for me, for my personality, if I'm like watching the news early, or if I'm taking in a lot of information, it can affect my trading. And that doesn't happen with everybody. That's just a personality of mine. The Catalyst also drives the market too. So if you can like really get a grasp on price action and also Catalyst, and being able to put it in two different boxes and then use it as a combination, that would make you a very, very strong trader, a very strong trader, because that's a weakness of mine. And I don't, and I don't like sugarcoat that. I wish I was stronger in Catalyst. That's why I need you guys. So when someone is really strong in Catalyst, I'm like, yes, you're on the team, because we can use each other to help each other. I'm all about community. But yeah, but anyway, but today, guys, the only thing that I would recommend if you're doing some day trading is to just allow the price to tell you where it wants to go. It's the same principle that we have all the time. If we reject this wall here, we're going to take it back down to support. If we push past to the ceiling, then this would be your next level. As long as we hold 431, though, like the big picture, as long as we hold 431, we're still on our way up. We're still on our way up if we hold this level here. Okay. But other than that, that's all I got for you guys this morning. Does anybody have any questions for me? Nope. Everybody good?
On my end, great job as usual.
You said what?
I say none on my end, great job as usual. I'm trying to change the car tire. That's why I'm so distracted. But I wanted to listen. I wanted to listen. I wanted to listen in.
Well, thank you, Linda. I appreciate it. And I appreciate your feedback too, Joel. Definitely speak a lot more. because the fact that you are absolutely brand new, you'll be able to ask a lot of questions that many, will also have. And, they are not actually in the Zoom, or, they're just not confident enough to ask. So when you ask these questions, I'm sure that, a lot of people have the same type of questions. So it'll also like help me be able to see what, I need to, what I need to put out there for people to learn, because I get caught up in, the higher educational part of it, just because I've been doing it for so long. So I don't realize, what people out there are actually missing and needing to hear. Okay. But other than that, you guys have a great morning, and I'll see you tomorrow. And Dr. Carter, I will send you that Zoom link too, so that you can be in here with us every morning.
Thank you, Desiree.
You're welcome. All right. Bye, guys.